just like naughty children, they've just run in and literally off their feet into the mud. Look at how they're playing. If that's not happiness, I don't know what is. It's basically the best possible way that you could see an elephant. Is that fun, guys? Look at how much fun they're having. Two of them literally ran and dived. They didn't even slow down. They basically fell into the mud, and now they're just having an absolute whale of a time. You can see the adults are a little bit more restrained. Not much, but a little bit more restrained than what the young ones are. Oh, that just looks like the most fun. Can you imagine if you're a hot elephant that's been walking in this dry, dusty, warm afternoon, and you come across this where there's some cool mud and you can jump in and have a really good wallow? It is the best way to spend an afternoon if you're an elephant. Very cool. Now, the previous herd would have done exactly the same because we saw how covered in mud they are, but this is now the next sort of grouping that's now here trying to do the same. And you can hear how much mud is being splashed around at the moment. It's amazing how... Oh. I love it when elephants are like this. This is the best thing. They really are having an absolute ball in this mud. Then you say the best thing ever is watching elephants playing in the water, in the mud. It is the best thing. It is amazing to watch. I always love it when ellies are in the mud. They seem, like I say, to have the best time ever. They really seem to enjoy themselves and have as much fun as is possible. They slide in and they push themselves around and they absolutely go crazy. I mean, look at them. Even the big adults are involved. They're also in the mud, also having a good time and throwing mud around. So it's not just the little ones that do it. The big ones are also in there, also enjoying themselves to the best of their ability. So fun is not only if you're small. Monique in London, you say you love how the little ones lie on their sides and kick their legs. Well, exactly. They get in there and it's almost like we can't have one little bit of us without water on it and mud on it, so we're going to kick our legs and go crazy as much as we can. Oh, everybody's just stopped all of a sudden. And look at this one on the far right. He's passed out almost in the mud. It's like, head first, I can't do it anymore. I'm too tired. This is how I want to sleep, is now with my head in the mud. It's cooler that way. It's so cool to see. Paula, you say who's ready for their spa treatment? Mud baths are half price today. So, well, it seems like it. It's amazing how from no elephants, all of a sudden we have these ellies all over the place. So I wonder if, like I say, the word got out that we have got the pump running and that water is available, and that's why everybody is now coming to investigate and check out what is going on. But how cool is this? That is the most joyful group of elephants I've seen in quite some time. They are absolutely loving that Gowrie Dam is a big mud wallow at the moment, and why I can't blame them. I suppose at the end of the day it's really dry out there at the moment and there's not exactly much in the way of water holes, particularly muddy ones like this, that the little ones can have such a good time in without having to worry about getting into too deeper water. They can just enjoy themselves and splash around and have the most fun ever. Person, you're wondering if there's any terrapins in this water? Yes, there most definitely are. I can actually see some of them being kind of pushed by the bow wave. So in front of me, there's 1 or 2 heads popping out, and in front of the elephants, so they've been disturbed a little bit. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. The Ellies have come in and they've taken over, and this is what's going to happen at Gowrie Dam. The next, I would say, maybe 2 weeks that this dam's going to last for, because after about 2 weeks, I reckon this dam's going to be dry, and we're not going to see too much in the way of water here. But in the next 2 weeks, we're going to see a situation where these Ellies are going to have the best time as they come and roll around. You can actually see it's very shallow, even towards this middle section. They are right on top of the mud, so it's going to dry quickly. But the nice thing is they've got very thick mud that they can get into, that they can cover themselves, and then they can go to the nest cam and have a drink over there of clean water, which is absolutely perfect. Riza, are you saying, is there a reason that they're not going deeper? Could they get stuck? Well, yes, elephants can get stuck from time to time. I have heard of and seen elephants being stuck, but it's not that. They're just enjoying that edge of the water. Remember, they came over the dam wall, and that's the first part that they've gotten to, so that's why they are enjoying that side there. As soon as we get into a situation where that part gets a bit muddy and they've utilized that bit of water, then they're going to start moving forward as they're doing. You can see, look how they're encroaching forward, slowly but surely towards the left. So it's not deep at all. This whole dam is pretty shallow now. It's flat. There's no more sort of dip in the dam. The deepest part is where we are right now. So it's at the moment, this is as deep as it's going to get, and so they're just playing on the mud that they have. And like I say, this dam will dry out within the next 2 weeks. So there's not like it's deep water in any way. They're just having a good time on the edge and slowly but surely coming forward, and you'll see they'll start to lie a little bit here even, and then from there they're going to go and drink behind us at the nest cam. But how cool is this to have watched? There was just the most happiness ever in this particular sighting. The little ones in particular were just the cutest thing as they went about playing, and they almost look like twins in their size. You can see they're both very similar in size. Romy, you're asking if the male elephants are more likely to wallow in the mud or if it's the females. Well, Romy, no, it doesn't matter. As you can see here, males, females, everybody got involved. It's more a temperature thing, although the males do like a good mud wallow from time to time. But I find actually with the males is that a lot of them like to swim, so they like to go into places like Chitwa Dam where it's deep and they can go right in and kind of wet themselves, whereas the babies and the mothers, they like muddy, shallow areas like this where the babies can also wallow and not just be on their own.